Yeah, snake.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat?
The tiny devil child?
I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah. I mean...
I think you're being a little intense here, Koga.
Yeah. Listen, chick. You wanted to see me, right?
We will speak soon enough. First, judgment must be passed.
Great, let the kid go.
The parasite eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
No.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
No, though. What about, jailing the girl No, that doesn't make sense. This detect thoughts is gonna get me in so much trouble.
Well, don't fuck it up.
Well, you say that. My wisdom is bad. You see?
Use something else.
Just because I made a ranger doesn't mean I made a wise person. Listen.
You're like, I'm gonna make a ranger, but then, not, like, give her points.
Yeah.
With her spellcasting mod.
Who needs wisdom to be a ranger, honestly?
Very well.
Rangers.
She may go.
Nonsense.
Break your word, and my serpent shall feed. Sif, Tila to me.
That's fucked up, man.
Out, thief.
Can't just be feeding children.
My
snakes.
grace has its
Yeah,
limits.
don't feed children to snakes. That's true.
It hurts.
Sorry, what
Thank
hurts?
you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
A lot of to be right now. Shadowheart.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now.
Do we need to do it right now?
It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about.
Evil druids, though!
It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least. In case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you.
Do we need to have this conversation
It's
right
just
next to the...
something I have to live with.
I just love that she's like, I see you noticed a thing about my tragic backstory. Well, I don't want to talk about it. But it is part of my backstory, but
if I'm
don't
being
talk,
honest.
don't ask.
But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
All right. Also, hi, Gale.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring.
No, you had an
Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something. Well, rather important.
Okay. Sure.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we?
No.
Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles.
We've done nothing!
Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage.
You haven't seen
The way
me
you
roll
diffused the
initiative!
tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder.
You weren't here for
Only got
that!
Korga to release the girl.
That happened a
In
minute
short,
ago!
I've grown to trust you.
What the...
I like the implication that if you don't bring him, Gale was like following you around and like taking notes.
Gale! Okay, we have known each other. Gale and I have been as friends in universe for 3 days. Gale has spent
Standards are really low.
2 days, 22 hours, and 45 minutes of that 3 days dicking around at camp, doing nothing. He has seen more of Withers than of me. Where are you going, Gale?
I was being quite sincere, I assure you.
Oh.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat.
Hour and a half.
I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Does it make your wrist hurt? We just heard this. We just heard this. Okay, well, I'm a ranger. Pay attention to me.
Thank you for the offer, but the treatment for my condition is very specific. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Okay. Consuming raw magic sounds scary. Yeah, wait a second. Hold on. I don't want to just jump to the BioWare conclusion, but we're not jumping. I want it noted, Bogsy, for the record. I'm not jumping. I'm just looking interestedly over there at a rock labeled lyrium. We're just going to look at that rock and study it and go, for a moment. And then ask Gale if he's addicted to magic.
No, it's nothing like that. Magic isn't a narcotic to me. It's quite literally a lifesaver.
Uh-huh.
I would not burden anyone other than myself with this were the stakes not so high, and the means of obtaining such artifacts challenging for a humble wizard to face alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns.
Right.
That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Right. Okay. Where?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
Oh.
You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger.
Uh-huh.
There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
Okay. So it's not like, these aren't like plot items that are like, oh, you have to go into this dungeon to rescue the seventh ring of Ultrafucker. The thing that Gale needs. It's just
they're magic items.
Any old magic thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that you've had this conversation with him, the magic items that you can use to give to Gale will have a note on their description that say you can give this to Gale.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't want to spoil things, but it's like you're gonna run into a lot once you leave the grove.
It kind of does seem like low-level magic items sort of grow on trees.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And this storyline is like really, really contentious for some reason, but it's less like an addiction, and it's not really an addiction storyline the way that like Lyrium is, like the Templar Lyrium stuff. It's more like a terminal illness storyline, if that makes sense.
Trying to think of a magic word that pairs well with chemotherapy for punning purposes. Anyway. All right. Sure. Yeah, let's get you some fancy rings.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure.
See?
As to
Low-level
our
magic
packs,
items grow
as a
on
matter of
trees.
fact, we've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
So, Gale, do you have like a countdown timer? Can I just be like, here, take this, and then forget about it until the next time the game's like, give Gale a thing, or else he turns into a monkey?
I don't know. I'll go talk to him.
Gale, you want a thing?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Here, you want a thing?
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable.
Uh-huh.
I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
Okay, so he decided that right this very moment, after we rescued a tiny devil child from an evil snake lady, and after we discovered that Shadowheart has the worst case of magical carpal tunnel in the history of the world, or whatever, after we discovered both of those things, was the very best moment to say, hey, at some point, not now, but soon, I'm gonna need to, like, eat your gloves of catching arrows good, or whatever.
Well, what happens mechanically, here's what's happening behind the scenes, is that
I got his approval to a certain level or something.
Well,
right?
And it's not just his approval, it's that there are a number of triggers in the Grove that you have to hit a certain amount of them, and then he'll tell you about his condition. And if you don't touch any of them, eventually, like, he just tells you regardless, if you wait long enough. But, like, Gale is one of your good aligned party members, and if you do X amount of good deeds in the Grove, then he trusts you enough to ask for your help, basically.
Okay.
So it's like the diffusing that fight between Aridin and Zevlor. He has a bunch of other lines. Actually, not that many, but there's like a couple of others in there. But it's like it's the thing between Zevlor and Aridin. It's saving Saza. It's saving Arabella. There's another situation that you haven't run into yet that if you had like done that a certain way, that would have added to his like counter. But you know, when you blaze through things pretty fast, then he like comes and talks. But he actually has dialogue for every single one of those situations. And then it's just if you hit like a certain threshold, then you get this instead. Like if he had been there when you had saved Saza, but you hadn't done enough things to get him to open up about his condition, he would have told you a story about something that happened at like the yawning portal in Waterdeep. Or, you know, if you had stopped the fight between Aridin and Zevlor, he would have made a comment about that.
I see.
So Gale actually has quite a lot of dialogue in the Grove.
Oh, I'm glad we eventually decided to take him with.
But that I think they changed this because I was watching the screen. It used to show, when you like did those things, it used to show like Gale approves even if he's not in your party.
I've seen those.
Yeah, because that approval is still happening even if he's not there.
Yeah, I've seen that happening.
Yeah, because this is plot specific. This is the only time that ever happens. For the rest of it, even if something goes up or down when a character's not present, it won't show up on the screen, but they just didn't make it invisible for him.
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay. So you're like ever so slightly possessed by a magical rust monster? Awesome.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Nonsense. Maybe. Possibly.
Monster? Too kind. A demon, more like.
Will, we're here to make friends. We're here to make friends. We're here to make friends.
First you urge grace, then you speak truth. You surprised me twice over. A shame the grace period ends. The Viper's fangs have been bared. She must guard her brood. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the Grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Yeah, but what about all of the people who will fucking die?
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the Grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Okay, so are you threatening to kill them? Because this seems a little more extreme than just boot them out.
Yeah, she is.
Huh.
Kong is like an asshole.
Little bit. What if we go rescue your boss? Something tells me you wouldn't like it if we went and rescued your boss.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the Grove forever shrouded.
I love the way that Outlander rot hits my ears.
It's
I don't like that.
it's pretty intense.
Not like a fan.
Hey, can we get a quick temperature of the room? Does anybody Hey, Wrath, if we were to say all have weapons and she was to not have, say, lungs anymore, would we be cool?
Just the lungs, though.
Would that be? Is that on the table here?
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
Now, did you mean literal snake or metaphorical snake? 'Cause, buddy, if you meant metaphorical snake, I mean, listen.
I think you mean both, maybe.
I'm just gonna put a plan. I'm just gonna state some facts. Let's state some facts, Wrath, shall we? We got just in the room. Let's count the people in the room. There's you. There's me. There's Gale. There's Shadowheart. There's Will. There's no, that's everybody. That's my party. There's all of us, and we all have like sticks and swords and bows and magic and things, right? We all have sticks and swords and bows and magic and things.
Oh God, I thought the first thing you had on that list was dicks,
No.
not sticks. And I'm like, I don't know how that's relevant.
No,
Are you okay?
we are not revealing intimate character knowledge of Celeste right now. That's not part of the backstory. And also, we don't know that about Shadowheart yet. No. We have sticks.
Does Celeste have a dick? You can give Celeste a dick.
And bows and swords and magic and things.
And also bows and swords and magic, but I'm just saying there's a setting for that.
I'm sure there is. We have sticks and bows and swords and magic and things, and she has like a heart and lungs and blood and a need for air. We can deprive a person of air and also life. Listen, maybe he's not, Listen, your boss seems,
Like an asshole.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
Well, how did that happen?
She is first druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, none may gainsay. But more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the right will survive long outside.
Okay. I mean, it kind of sounds like somebody should go get your boss back.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
It does kind of seem like a lot of the problems here would, at least on paper, be kind of remedied if Halsin comes back. And then when Halsin comes back and Kolga's like, actually, no, wait, I was in league with the goblins to kidnap you. Why are you back? You should be dead by now. Then we'll have obvious justification to murder her, and it won't be murder? I mean, you know,
It's only murder if Daddy's not around.
I feel like there's very little chance that the Snake Lady survives this quest, but we should at least go through the motions of making it such that the Snake Lady surviving this quest is not entirely up to whether or not I right-click her off camera just now. I'll find him.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
You know what?
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers.
Tremendous.
You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Now I'm not gonna do this.
Stay close.
And I'm not gonna quick save and then do this and then undo this, because I don't want this to be that kind of playthrough. But, do you know what I think?
What do you think?
I believe that if I wanted to, and if I was playing the kind of character who just did these kind of things, there's nothing but my own damn self stopping me from walking up to this lady and taking out, say, a sword and just being like, fuck you, lady, and killing the lady. There's absolutely nothing stopping me.
You know what? I think you should try it.
I'm not gonna.
I think you should.
No.
I think you should follow your heart.
It's gonna go bad.
Maybe.
No, my heart is, let's go find the dude and whatever. We want to do this the right way. But if I was playing a different character might be like, you know what, lady? Fuck you.
I think there's nothing mechanically stopping you from doing that.
That's wonderful, and I love that. Also, we need to talk with this wolf.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
No, we're just going to talk you into turning on your boss.
Stupid or a liar. Neither is needed here. Go!
All right, fine.
Also, his boss isn't Kaga, it's Wrath.
Oh. Well, then, we don't want you to turn on your leader. We, in fact, want you to join your leader in turning on your leader's backup leader. Anyway, fine. Let's go tell Dude Bro that the plan is to rescue Halston Thorkelson.
Would you like a hint of how to embarrass the shit out of Kaga?
Sure. How do I embarrass the shit out of Kaga?
Okay, well, it's a bit of a quest line.
Okay.
But you do possibly get to stab her at the end.
Great. Hi, Nettie.
All right. So once you deal with the Nettie stuff, I'll show you.
Okay.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
This medicatrix.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death.
Hey, a bird where once
Now.
was a corpse.
What was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie, and the video game has told me that you're Nettie, but I apparently don't know that you're Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Listen.
Why are you asking?
I kind of sort of have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
No, a frog tadpole. Of course a mind flayer tadpole.
That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
Unlikely, but okay.
We need to be quick. This way.
Well, she didn't immediately say, you poor doomed fucked soul. It's better than I expected, honestly. Why is there a...
There's something.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins.
Oh boy.
Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Uh-huh. Guys, everyone... We've run into a lot of people with this problem. What?
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halson suspected.
What exactly are you planning
I
on
think you
doing
got
with that
me
stick?
instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
No, I'll stay. I'd rather know exactly what you're up to.
Yeah, that's good
All right.
instinct, Shadowheart.
Let's see what we can do.
What, yeah, hold on. What is the plan? Because I'm not in love with the... It's a very pokey stick you got there.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
Well, I mean,
Looking closer, you realize you've seen this thorn in the wilds. It's Kalimvor's kiss, a briar from the Dale lands, and a deadly poison.
Listen. Why don't we do this conversation sans stick, huh?
I want to help you, but I can't unless you work with me. So, has anything unusual happened to you?
Okay. This is one time where if this was an actual D&D campaign, I would look at the DM and be like, can I roll insight here to see how much she's gonna murder me? Cause
Extra murder.
Well, you know, we kinda, here, let's say this factual thing that only omits some truths.
Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
I suppose that's not the worst thing to tell. Yeah, sure.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure.
Uh-oh.
Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead.
True, but
you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself.
we don't have to kill Nettie!
This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
We don't have to kill Nettie, and we got an awesome weapon! Yes!
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here.
Amazing!
You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
That's true. Yeah, you must have learned something.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
That's true. Yeah, that's good news.
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot.
Okay.
Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Now, I promise that at some point I'll stop making comparisons to the half-dozen video games that I've actually played in my life. But these people who were injected or infected with a thing by some crazy fucked up mind people and then went kind of sort of maybe a tiny bit crazy and all converged on one specific spot. Were they all wearing black cloaks and did they have number tattoos and were they saying anything about a reunion? 'Cause if any of those is true, it might be bad. Okay. Is there any chance your boss is alive? Is he like tough or whatever?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get
He's
close
a very
without
beefy man.
goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
That sounds like a third reason to do the quest I was already gonna do. Awesome.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back.
That's true.
Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Awesome.
Step at a time, Nettie.
We got magic cyanide.
This game is really good at making sure that if you miss like a plot trigger of some kind, that there's always somebody else to nudge you back to the main storyline.
Keep it in case things start to go very wrong.
Now then, we were about to set in motion a chain of events that ends with Lady Co-Boss Druid being embarrassed and perhaps dead.
Yes. All right. So if you go back to that main room where Kaga is, if you turn the camera a little bit clockwise, either way, there's a door to the left of that one that you're looking at. Go in there. And you're gonna have to sneak a little bit. But there's where that guy is standing, there's like a little alcove right behind it.
I see.
That you can get up to. I think you can get back there without him noticing, but there's a chest that you have to pick the lock of.
All right. Time to
cast it first. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He's leaving.
And I don't have a Starian with me. Fuck.
Do you have lockpicks in your bag?
I should.
You have one. All right, well, don't fuck it up.
DC 10. Me?
Yay!
We got it! Great. Take stuff, leave.
Mind my step.
Run, 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 run.
With haste.
We'll be leaving now, bye.
So that's what you want.
And it's definitely not because we stole things.
Absolutely not. Why would you think that?
No.
Why would anyone think that?
You can go through Nettie's stuff too if you want to, now that she's like back out of the room. Although, oh, yeah, the door might not open without her in it. But oh, she left it open though.
Hey.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
It's a corpse. Of course it regards me lifeless. All right. Who killed you?
Druid. Bear.
Awesome. Where did you get your tadpole?
The corpse remains silent. It doesn't understand the question.
Fair enough. Did a mind flayer stick a thing in your eye?
No.
Okay. Now we get 5 questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've asked 3.
3.
Let's do this one.
Scouting. Found druids.
Go on. All right.
Moonrise Towers. Initiation.
Hey, we found the name of a place.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Nino! Hey! Gale got inspiration because I talked to a corpse?
Mm-hmm.
Cool! All the more reason to remember that you can talk to corpses. Off we go to tell the dude that we gotta find Halsin, and then go find Halsin. Probably not go find Halsin tonight. It's like 8:30.
No, finding Halsin is a whole thing.
Seems like a whole thing.
Wait. Before you go back to Zevlor. Oh, yeah,
Yes?
definitely talk to Arabella's parents, though. Would you like to learn how to play music?
You go to a thing, don't you? That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, you can get musical instrument proficiency off of an NPC who's in this grove.
Oh, you mean mechanically? I thought like there was a hotbar button I knew about.
No, like mechanically.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Stupid.
Hi, Locke.
Word.
Yeah, talk to them first.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Oh.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Well, all right. Do you have anything more than a thanks? No. All right. No more idol stealing.
Yeah. I mean,
I saw your boss.
thank you for helping me.
Hey, I know your secret gang side. You have to listen to me.
I was fine.
She's not part of the gang. She has parents.
That's a good reason not to be in a gang. I got a thingy. I can cast dancing lights. That would be cool if it wasn't speak with dead, which is cooler.
But you can also feed it to Gale.
I can feed it to Gale. Yay! I got a wizard snack.
That's why you gotta keep magical items in your pockets the way that you carry around like little baggies of Cheerios for children. All right, so if you go, turn back around. If you go back into like the big circle and take a left, you hang a left and go through that like little pillar
So go up here.
to that trail. Yes.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change.
No.
Become
Sounds bad. No,
Aww.
that's mean.
No. Damn it.
Here, let's prove that we don't know that bards exist. Do you need help with songwriting?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
So if you say, let me see if I can help, I think that's what triggers like some stuff.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want.
Oh, you have a tragic backstory involving a dead lady. Okay.
Yep, hand me that loot, bitch.
Was this dead lady your mom or your lover? Hopefully not both.
I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow.
dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Okay. Hey, listen, I'm charismatic. Also, I have magic guidance. Thank you, God. Literal, actual cleric gods. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh. Now, am I maxed on it? No. No, that would be silly.
It's like you have 3, I think.
What's the most you can have? Like 3, 4, 7?
4.
4.
It maxes out at 4, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's less space.
Why don't we try again?
Yes. Do better. I did better.
Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend.
Sure, we're gonna pretend that sounded good.
Sorry.
It still needs work. Well, would you look at this girl? Yes, Celeste can just completely dodge the question. It's fine.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute.
We didn't hear the gnolls coming.
Sneaky gnolls.
There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
That sounds bad.
It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. Keep the lute, please. You've earned it. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Yay! We
And
got
now
a
you
fancy
have
lute.
musical proficiency, and you can equip whatever musical instruments you find. You can play songs with them.
Neat! I'm basically a bard, except I'm not.
Or you can whistle. You can also whistle.
Always helpful. Or I can jump down there and die.
You could also do that.
Probably a bad idea.
That seems less fun than the
Yeah.
other options. Oh, you should talk to the squirrels before you leave.
Hello, squirrel.
It hurts! Please, make it stop! Can't you hear it? Her singing. It's awful.
Hey! That's mean. Fuck you, squirrels.
No! You're killing us! My head is melting. I'm leaving before the damage is permanent.
Oh, tiny little anguished squirrels.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear.
So we
fuck no.
can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Here's the situation, right? The druids have a king, and he seems really chill, great guy. Everybody wants me to go save his ass or whatever. Unfortunately, he's off in a different place. So, in the short term, they're being ruled by a snake bitch. And, well, she's a bit of a snake and also a bitch, hence the name Snake Bitch. So, good news, the third druid in line is also cool, right? So we've got cool druid guy, not here. Evil snake bitch is here and is in charge. Cool druid guy. So basically, what we could do is we could go through, like, so much trouble. Just so much work and effort and exploring and fighting and sneaking and goblins and bullshit and crap, just on the off chance that we go rescue Chief Druid Dude number 1. And if we do that, then Chief Druid Dude number 1 comes back and he's our friend and he lets you stay and maybe doesn't do the weird sanctuary thing and everything's great. Or, and I'm just gonna introduce this as a possibility, lay it on the table, and then see what happens. And maybe, I'm just gonna run this up a flagpole and see who salutes, so to speak. Maybe we fucking kill the snake bitch. I didn't say that. Did you hear that? I feel a voice on the wind just carried to me. Maybe we fucking kill the snake bitch. It seems like that might solve all of our problems.
Or at least one of them.
But it would make us snake bitch murderers. And some of us might be more or less comfortable with the label of snake bitch murderer. I'm just... All right, fine.
You keep saying her name with an L? You keep saying it Kolga.
Isn't that how they said it?
Kaga.
Oh.
Kagha.
Well. Hey, can you delay this
Not that
ritual?
it probably
You
matters
saw
if
what
she's
they were
dead.
willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense.
No shit. Listen. Listen, buddy.
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it.
But
the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
Well... It is at this point that we must begrudgingly admit that we have a moral compass. We're not actually going to murder the snake bitch.
It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
Now, on the other hand, I do have some wyvern poison, which I've been told is very dangerous.
Where are we enlisting?
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. And if you want to catch the streams live, go to twitch.tv/the_Goog. The stream schedule is on screen now.